So when I was a restaurant manager, one of the things the company I worked for asked me to do was to open a new restaurant. And I was really trying to make a career out of that job. And I thought that was, hey, maybe the last thing I needed to accomplish so I could get a promotion and work my way out of the store level. So I uprooted my family, sold my house, moved to a different city, bought a new house. When I showed up on site, they were still building out the new building, and my first task was to hire all the new employees. So I started going, posting, and doing interviews, and I literally hired every person that applied. To tell you the truth, my criteria was, do you want a job? Here's a job. Because all the market research suggested was that it was going to be a huge open. Now, there was other things that had to get accomplished when we were opening up the new restaurant. And I asked my boss and I said, hey, do you want me to call the linen service and like the pest control service and like Coke and all these things? And he said, no, don't worry about any of that. And so one day I was out having lunch with my wife or something because there wasn't a lot going on. I just kind of went up there for interviews and then went back home. My boss called me and he said, okay, so our vice president is coming down to check on the progress right now. So I need you to get on the line with the linen service and the pest control service and find a safe. And I was like, oh, great. So when's he coming? He's going to be there in an hour. Oh my God. Okay. So I quickly got on the phone and called everybody that there was to call, even though I had already said, hey, maybe we should do this. So I got over there, and the first thing this guy asked me, this vice president, he's like, okay, what about this? And what about this? And I was like, yeah, I called that. Yeah, I called that. Yeah, I called that. And when did you do all this? I did it today because that's when I was told to do it. And my boss was super mad that I threw him under the bus like that. But hey, man, it is what it is. I asked you. So sure enough, that was a huge open. It broke all the records for that company there were to break. And through the process of getting everything set up and opening the new store and how busy it was, I think my final tally was 28 straight days before I had a day off. And those days were 15-hour days minimum. And we didn't have enough resources. No one had seen anything like that. But I guarantee you that company was down there every time there was a complaint, every time there was a problem, saying, why is this going bad? And I'm saying, maybe because of the unlimited amount of sales we've got. Everything is hard. But they didn't appreciate it. I kept working for them for a bunch of years, and eventually I quit. So everything's good now.